Alright, hey, welcome everybody back to the channel, Trucking California with Velox 18. Today is time for our weekly review, but this week sucked. Let's just be honest. I'm home, which means I'm giving my wife a morning off, so I'm going to take the kids to school. I don't know if you can see in there, Miles is in the driver's seat. Yeah, he's got his permit. He's going to be taking his driver's test whenever California DMVs allow us to make an appointment for him. So he's ready to rock and roll, but yeah, we're gonna drop these kids off to school and then we'll get into the numbers. Good morning. Again, we are now at the truck, and I just have a little bit too much time on my hands. Before we get to the numbers, because there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to numbers, I want to show you guys what I'm looking at. So today, I really just want to take this emblem and keep it as like a little memento of times gone past. You know, this truck didn't treat me that well, so some might say that it's a bad thing to save something off of it, but ultimately I'm just not that superstitious. I am a little stitious. Sorry, that's a bad Michael Scott Office joke, but if you watch that show, you got it, and you laughed a little bit, you chuckled because you remembered him. But anyway, so I'm gonna take that little emblem off, probably just hang it up in my garage somewhere. Just this truck is my old 2008 388, and that's the old logo. But anyway, so I'm just kind of getting a little, the truck, the new truck is still getting put together. They're waiting on a bunch of parts to come in. The cab panels, the bumper, and the stacks are all like on back order. They're waiting for them. It's going to be a little bit, but I still kind of, I'm feeling like a little nostalgic about this truck, and it's going to get traded in and turned into a cube or whatever they do with it. So anyway, just wanted to grab this emblem off of it, and then we'll get to the numbers. So I think it should be pretty dang easy. I don't know, we'll see, we'll find out. All right, I'm just gonna reach around here, see if I can't find the right size for this. Hey, what do you know? Second try. That usually doesn't happen for me. This is about the extent of my wrench turning, guys. Taking an emblem off. Let's see if I can, I knew that was gonna happen. I need a longer one. All right, so I have the right size. I just needed to get a longer There we go. And boom, we are with logo, little emblem. I like it. I think I'm gonna try and take the other one off too. All right, so now that we got our emblems, we are going to get going on this the numbers on this video. Like I said, this week sucked. It was nice to spend a little time with the family, and yeah, I got to play around with my camera a little bit and stuff. I've done a bunch of little test videos trying to figure out this camera, trying to figure out the best way to do it. I still got to get some little lenses and stuff for this thing, because you can make it look kind of cool as long as you can set the right settings, but if you just take it out of the box and start recording with it, it actually looks pretty bad. So anyway, I'm gonna hope that the video quality gets a little better as I learn what I'm doing and figure it all out. So anyway, that's what I've been doing this week, because I haven't been working. So I worked one night. All right, here we go. You guys ready for the whole weekly review? Owner operator pay. This is what you guys have been waiting for. I worked one night. I did 2 loads. Yep, 2 loads this week. 2 loads as a local driver. 2 loads. Those loads, the truck grossed about $850, and my normal profit margin on those types of things would be around 40%, but I actually pushed my fuel to next week. I didn't put fuel in when I got done like I normally do. So I had fuel when I got there, and then I didn't put any in. So basically when I come in next week to do my first load, I'm gonna have to put fuel in. So it's gonna count that fuel, it's gonna take it off next week's pay. So my, next Monday is gonna be a really bad profit margin night. But I needed to do something to try and help myself out. So $850 to the truck, and normally that would leave me with like $350 to $400, but I put that extra $250 that I would have spent on fuel. I left it and pushed it to next week, so I should still net somewhere between $550 and $600, I'm hoping. So tried to do whatever I could to get a little bit of a paycheck, because bills still got to get paid even when there's no work. And yeah, so that's the weekly review this week, guys. And that's why it sucks being a lease operator sometimes, because those are our 1 loads. We're stuck on 1 haul. If there's no loads for it, there's no loads. I mean, I asked them if they had any sand or limestone or glass or any of the other stuff that they have owner operators doing here, and they said nope, they don't. And so I was stuck. I didn't have anything else I could do except sit at home and play with the camera. And I went and checked out the truck. I read up on my my owner manual and the Cummins manual, which it says, if I'm reading it right, and some of you guys, if you have a newer truck with the new Cummins X15, let me know what you think about this. But I'm pretty sure it says oil change intervals, if you're using synthetic oil change intervals of 50,000 miles under like normal driving conditions. If you average between 6 and 7 miles per gallon, then 50,000? That just seems crazy. I don't think I'm gonna do that, even if I am reading that right. But anyway, so I took some time to do some stuff this week, but I mean, gosh, you just gotta work. Like, you can't be sitting around trying to figure out what to do with your time. Like, I actually called a friend and said, hey, you got any loads you need a sleeper team on? I could roll with you, we could take turns driving. And he's like, no man, I'm struggling to find loads as it is. And he had like 2 loads down south, and that's it. So quick trips. He wasn't trying to team up with anyone. And I'm this close to calling the guy I used to run dry van for, and just see if, hey man, you got any loads you want to pay me cash for? I'll run them down real quick for you, make a delivery for you, just something. But I decided not to do that, mostly just because I don't want to put anyone in an awkward situation with the IRS, or worrying about getting paid under the table and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'd rather just spend more time at it's my brother. Should I answer it? Nah. We'll make him wait. All right. So that's what sucks about being a lease operator, guys. That's what sucks about being a lease operator, is that this is the only loads I had, and that's why we're trying to get our own authority. That's the long and short of it. I want to be in control of my own destiny. I want to be able to say, you know what? Yeah, the loads are crap this week, but I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm going to outwork the market. And that sounds crazy. And some of you might be laughing if you've been out there and done it before, because you're like, man, you're going to end up working for nothing. Well, you know what? I'd rather take one load this week that pays really good, or take 5 loads that pay bare minimum just so I can pay my bills, rather than sitting around twiddling my thumbs hoping that, you know, the refinery gets their act together and gets loads for me. You know, I don't like depending on so many other people along this whole chain of production that decide whether or not I can provide for my family. So that's it, man. This is the perfect example. This week is the perfect example of why being a lease operator sucks sometimes, because you're leased on with the carrier, and the carrier has customers, and when the customers don't have freight, you don't have work. You can't make money for your family. And I'm tired of that. I want to be the carrier. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. I'm going to go down guns blazing. So anyway, so that's this week's weekly review. Like, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff. Comment below if you guys have a newer Peterbilt, last couple years since they started calling the engine the X15. Let me know what your oil change intervals are, and let me know what you're thinking. I've read a little bit on Roz.com. You know, I don't know if you guys know the guy Roz. He has a YouTube channel, knows those ISX engines like nobody else, and he's like super against the long oil change intervals. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and yeah, hopefully next week will be better. I hear that they should be up and running by Monday, but we'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. So have a good weekend. Love you guys. Peace.